I am heading out to Eldoret International Airport to catch a flight to Nairobi City. Hi guys, welcome back to the Housewife Homestead. And today's video will be different from whatever you are used to me doing. I'm currently taking a break, and I will call it a vacation away from the family. I'm catching a flight from Eldoret to Nairobi, then from Nairobi to another place. So stick around. If you're new here, I always do homemaking videos. I'm not a traveler, but today I'm just going to document my travel. So stay around, stick around, then we see how it goes. So this is my very first time boarding a plane. One thing is that I am scared of heights, so I don't know what I'm going to experience with this flight because I'm very, very anxious. Let's see what happens. I am still in Nairobi, and today's plan is to make some samosas and croissant. And before that, let us make this bed, then go to the kitchen and do something. Try cleaning up the utensils, and then make the croissants and the samosas. I'm starting with croissant. I'm going to make the dough first, and the ingredients that I have is yeast, margarine. This time around I'm using margarine. There was no butter, sugar, all-purpose flour, milk, and an egg, which I had forgotten to add. Then I added it afterwards. So I'm going to let the dough rest and start with the samosa filling. I love using the green onions, the spring onions. They have a powerful taste of onion. And this is the minced meat. I'm going to put it on the fire. I'm not going to add any oil. I've just added some spices and the garlic. I've added a garlic paste and some few spices. So the dough is proofed very well. I'm going to divide it into 12 pieces. This is not the samosa dough, this is the croissant dough. I'm just eyeballing. I have not weighed it in a weighing scale. Now I'm going to start rolling one ball at a time. This is margarine, but if you have butter, you can use butter. I'm going to spread it on one side, and I'm going to spread generously on one side of the rolled out dough. Then stack another rolled out dough on top of the bottom one. Then apply again. I spread again the margarine, and then I continue like that until I have all the 12 rolled out dough stacked together. So when I'm done stacking them together, I'm going to place them in the fridge for a while before I can go to the next step. So as it is in the fridge, I'm going to work out on these samosas. I had already made the samosa dough, and I'm going to divide this dough into smaller balls. So if you have a small skillet or frying pan, you need to cut those balls into very small balls so that it can fit in your skillet. Croissant stack has proof, so I'm going to roll it out into a very big circle. Don't mind if the stacks are sliding and they are not sized properly. That doesn't matter. So I'm going to divide this into 12. First I'm going to divide it into 2, then into 4, and then each quarter I'm going to divide it into 3. And this is how I roll it out. And a mistake I did is I saw there's somewhere I did a mistake and I pulled it. Pulling it makes it spread like that. Pulling it make it spread very badly when it's baking, and then I forgot to let it rise for some time. And I'm going to bake this croissant in a electric oven, which I have never done. This is my first time, so don't fret to use that electric oven of yours, because I did mess up. Another mistake I did is I should have not crowded this croissant. I should have baked 6. Then I didn't have even the brush to brush the egg wash. That is the egg wash. So as the oven is preheating, I'm going to deep fry the samosa. And one thing, if you don't want, because I don't like samosas that have those things that look like bubbles, or what do you call that? To pimples. Those ones, I hate it. So I usually wait for the oil to get a little bit hot, and then I place the samosas. That way they'll just brown without having those bubbles, and then it becomes crunchy. So these are the cutouts from the samosa. I also cook these. You don't throw them away. They are so nice. The kids will love snacking on them, and if you don't have kids, you also can snack on them. So I have the croissant here. The croissant is cooked, and this is what I was telling you. You see those ones that don't have a defined shape, those ones, I had pulled them so much. I should have pulled them. I should have just rolled them without pulling them and let them sit. So this is what I made. Afterwards, I decided to make some meat pie, and I'm using margarine again, not butter. But if you can get butter, even for the croissant, if you can get butter, it has that distinct taste, very buttery taste. And here I'm using cold water. I'm using cold butter and cold water. And don't put a lot of water in your, because flours are different and they behave differently when mixed with water. So you need to be careful when you're adding the water. So this one is going to the fridge before I can go to the next step. So if you get to have a recipe for this, when you're adding water, be careful. Just do it a little at a time until you feel the dough. The dough should not be sticky. This is a few minutes later, and I'm going to roll out. I've divided it into 2 and then into 6. I'm going to roll them out, and don't mind the shape of this dough. It does look like that. I didn't have a cutter to cut it, and I didn't want to waste anything, so I'm using egg as a binding media. I decided to make 2 different shapes. One of them was the square one and the other one the round one. and I don't have a pastry brush, so I'm using a paper towel to spread the egg wash. So this is how I set the oven. It has 3 knobs, a timer, a temperature gauge, and the part where you light the both side the burner, the bottom and the top. So this is the timer, and I've timed it at 240, and I did place the baking tray at the middle part, and this is how it came out, and I timed it at 20 minutes, and it's all cooked. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. See you in the next video.